go ahead and start the prayer now. Let's just do that. Let's just do that. Want to give thanks to the primordial great mother who has 10,000 names, 10,000 titles. We all praise you. We also want to give thanks to the ancestral spirits of creation. We want to give thanks to the archangels, angels, and the ancestors themselves. We come to the throne in front of you, primordial great mother, who is resurrecting, who is waking up. We want to ask you for protection and guidance, who we ask to help us on our journey called life as spiritual beings living a human experience. Protect us from those that claim to be spiritual and claim to serve you, but they're actually wolves in sheep's clothing, and they're also lying to the people because they need your children's energy get power from. So, primordial great mother, we come to you and ask you for all the help that you have been providing on this journey. And we want to say thank you and all praises go to you for you now finally waking up out of your slumber. So now they can see that your children are about to start shining too along with you. On that, I say Ashe, Ashe, Ayi Abobo, I'm ready. And the awakening of the primordial mother is the start and the awakening of us going back to our ancient sciences and practices. Because our ancient science and practice directly connected to the cosmos, which is also a part of her, and to the planet, which is also connected to her. This is going to cause a serious shift that is about to happen, that is actually happening at this very moment, because a lot of women and men are realizing and now are leaving churches and mosques because they're finding out that something is not adding up. A lot of people are realizing something is not making sense. A lot of people are also realizing that a lot of the so-called black conscious community is not the same, and they're also stepping back and practices because they realize a lot of them have not went through the proper initiations, and they're doing it for money, for profit. So now, peace. How you doing, Alexis? How you doing? So a lot of them are now waking up and realizing I need to go back to my ancient practices of my culture. Those that heard the call, you heard the call, the high pitched ringing sound. I've been telling y'all about that, how it's all interconnected. This is dealing with the awakening. A lot of people are going into certain sciences or spiritual practices. Okay. A lot of people are going to go back into the spiritual practices of their ancestors. Okay. A lot of them are going to go back to the ancient practices of their culture. Okay. A lot of the melanated people are going back to practices like hoodoo, voodoo, Ifa, Santeria, and Obeah, you name it. A lot of them are going back into that and realizing that that's what it will have always been. A lot of people are going back to these spiritual practices, and also a lot of the indigenous people realizing that too. It's time because what they are seeing in the waters, they're realizing who that is. So I mentioned that all the mothers that are melanated, all of the mothers across the planet, thanks to Dr. Kia Pruitt and many others, finally coming together. And shout out to Chief Warhorse. She finally got the recognition for the Choctaw and so on. Shout out to her. Now, there's things going on. There's things going on when it come down to it because those powers that the melanated people are going to start receiving is coming from those that heard the call that's going into these ancient practices. Now, something about people that's been against these practices. Those that saying it's witchcraft, you don't know, you're ignorant. You need to back away. Those that know is not, they know it's a science, you know what time it is. Y'all know it's directly connected not just to the cosmos, but to Tiamat it's herself. And it's also connected to your Kundalini. Y'all know that. So now it's time to go back to that. It's that time. We've been quiet all this time. That our stuff has always been the answer and always been the key. Let me tell you something. The ancestral spirits choose the people that they want to join and be a part of this. Okay? It's all in your DNA codes. And I'm letting you know right now. Many people need to finally wake up and know what time it is. There's things that's taking place right in front of us and we don't see it. Okay? I'm gonna show y'all something. Remember, I told y'all about there was gonna be people wearing all white, right? Remember, I kept on saying that. White deals with purity and also not the skin, because the skin is not pure. And that is not white. White is all like this shirt right here. So it's a status, but neither here or there. I'm about to show y'all something. So y'all can see what I'm talking about. So I'm about to do this too. Give me a second, y'all, because I got too many negative people that be trying to come on here talking negativity. All right. 24 hours. Give me a second. It is time for me to show this. All right, I'm trying to get my computer together so y'all can see for yourselves. I'm trying to get my computer, my laptop. Okay, give me a second, because I'm about to show y'all this music video. This music video that I'm about to show you, it is... All right, give me a second. Because you got to remember, Tiamat is also connected to the waters, the ocean, and so on, right? I'm going to show y'all. It's a music video, but I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm just going to show it to you. For fair use, for entertainment, and okay? Because I want y'all to see. I don't have to make up none of the stuff that I say. All right. And this is Fat Joe featuring Cardi B, right? I don't own the rights, and also this is for entertainment and educational purposes only while I'm showing this. I want y'all to see the beginning of it, so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Okay? Give me a chance. I'm waiting for it to download right now as we speak. And then there's a song by Jim Jones called State of the Union. Look. Look. You see how they wearing all white, and look where they walking at. Look where they walking at. You see how they wearing all right? This is what they do when they give thanks and praises to none other than Yemoja. This happens in Brazil. See? That's what I want to show y'all. Y'all laughing. Y'all got a smile on your spot. You know it's real stuff. It's real stuff now. See, y'all don't get it. It's about to be that time. I've been trying to tell y'all it's coming the whole entire time. Now, see, look, that all white, her children wear that. Her children wears that. Y'all listen, everything I'm saying is all part of the ancient practices of the melanated people. Y'all fail to realize we the oldest nationality and people on this planet. Thank you. I'm telling y'all, all my melanated brothers and sisters, It's about to be time for us to wake up and gain all our power back. All the mothers of the planet, y'all need to know what time it is. Do y'all know that Dr. Moonby did a video, a little small video? Esoteric reason why I Show Speed went to Africa. It was also it was to help to accelerate the consciousness of the people in Kenya and Africa, or El Kebulon, because we're in the sun cycle. We're in the sun cycle, and it's time for things to start changing. And I'm telling y'all, during the spring solstice, there's an ancient feminine energy that's going to start hitting. I'm telling y'all, and the people that's going to feel it are the ones that with the planet. Tiamat herself, the dragon that y'all been talking about and y'all been so scared about. These ancient practices are directly connected to her. The ones that I named. Why you think even down that Trump is trying to get rid of a lot of people that are immigrants over here? Because you know why? He knows the so-called black man and woman in the United States are the true indigenous people, and we practice these practices over here too. You got to remember, he's a 33rd degree Freemason. He's also a Knights of Templar. The original Knights of Templar were the Moors or the Moors. Stuff that they don't want to tell you. Now the science is about to be that time. Tiamat is directly connected to the women that carry the mitochondrial DNA. And the only species of women that carry that DNA is the so-called black woman. I don't give a damn if nobody don't like what the fuck I gotta say, but I'm saying it now. She is the one that's been the key. She's also the sacred geometry. This is a well-known fact. So all of you keep on calling the Most High a he, you better stand corrected and start calling her she. Or him she, because y'all been wrong all this time. Y'all better start studying the Gnostics. Start studying the Gnostic teachings, because the Gnostic teachings tell you about Mary Magdalene. I gave y'all a hint by giving you a breakdown of Jesus in Greek. I-E-S-O-S-O-U-S. I-E-S-O-U-S. Write that name down and read the pronunciation of that word, because we're dealing with we're dealing with nothing more than Isis, a Set. The story of Isis, a Set. A Set, also who is known as Isis, is connected to the energy of Yemoja. And guess what? I'm going to show you the video again. Like I said, for educational purposes and entertainment purposes, I'm going to show you the video again. And look at the women wearing all white, and look what they're walking on the daggone waters. And I told y'all they do this in Brazil. They're walking on the water, praising Yemoja. And they wearing all white. And y'all think that's witchcraft? No, that's our ancient practices. They don't want you to get in it. They don't want you to be ancient practices, because guess what? Those ancient practices is going to wake up the Kundalini within you. The Kundalini is the ancient divine serpentine energy, also known as the flaming serpent within you. And I'm talking to all of y'all that's watching. A lot of you so-called Caucasian people, y'all need to check your DNA. Peace, how you doing? Check your DNA, because a lot of y'all probably have melanin blood in you of the so-called black people on the planet. Y'all better start checking. This is also a well-known fact that Tiamat, the dragon that everybody been talking about, is connected to the old blood type or the old bloodline. Y'all better do the research. I'm just saying. This is ancient stuff that I'm sharing with you. My last name is Forte Ill for a reason. Shout out to the brother Pisces the King, because the last name Ill is directly connected to the Elohim or Eloher or Elohim. It is also connected to the feminine principles that dealt with the great. I know who sent me here, goddamn it. I ain't like these motherfuckers on YouTube saying, oh, da da da. No, I'm not like that. I'm gonna be 100 with you. I'm gonna be 100 with you. Because I have stories galore. Now it's time for us to realize who the fuck we are now, because everything is shown. Everything. And if you don't think that is true, why do you think so-called black people in America cannot be what they call deported? Because a lot of us are indigenous over here. And we were called or MERS. We were called that. We were connected. Listen, we were divinely connected to the water. See, this is what people don't want to talk about. We were divinely connected to the water. The water is connected to Tiamat herself. This is what they don't want to tell you. Like the movie Pirates of the Caribbean. Remember Calypso? Did y'all know that was another form of, yeah, of course. If you get your chakras and all your powers corrected and all that, yeah. There's people that's actually doing it right now. I'm not making up none of the stuff I'm saying, y'all. Give me a second. I'm trying to look for my I need to wipe my nose right quick. I just want to share this information with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a little cold. Okay, beloved, B Simone, I got you. Simmons, I got you, baby. Um, man, you need to talk outside of YouTube. I'm gonna give you my number on the email. Man, you're gonna do a lot of rapping because I'm gonna show you something, because you need to know. I need to know what's your nationality, what's in your bloodline, because I'm about to share some stuff with you. Okay, it's gonna make a lot of sense. I'm here to like help everybody out, because we need to get back in line with Tiamat because of what's going on. There's a reason why they're scared. Don't y'all know that the blood of the dragon is actually the oil that they're getting from the planet? Tiamat is a living vessel. We all have Tiamat blood in us, dealing with the Kundalini and so on. We also have all that stuff in our DNA because of the mitochondrial DNA and dealing with the Kundalini. Um, Let me see. Sister Simmons, is it Simmons, right? Is it Simmons or Simmons? Yeah. Okay. Even Samuel Lee talked about the dragons. He talked about the dragons. We have dragon DNA. That junk DNA, they tried to say it's angelic DNA they say it's angelic DNA along with extraterrestrial DNA. But here's the kicker: when you look up the word seraphim, which is the holy angels, that is also meaning flaming serpents. Flaming winged serpents is the real name for the seraphim. Now, the flaming or fiery serpents is that of the Kundalini. In the spirit realm, many of you have ethereal wings. This is something they're not sharing with you. In the spirit realm or the etheric realm, many of you have ethereal wings. This is not what they're not going to tell you. This is why they don't want you to tap into your higher self. They don't want you to get into any type of ancient Kemetic science or any science at all that's dealing with the ancient practices that was actually created and given to the melanated people on this planet. Many of you have an ancestor that was melanated, that was also a priest or priestess in these practices. They do not want you to know that. Okay? They are scared for you to wake up, because that is going to start waking up the whole entire planet. Because they know once the people wake up from all over, and they know that Tiamat is waking up herself, and also Brother Rod Hayes and Fairburn spoke on, or how all the mothers have got together now, and they're waiting for the representative. Exactly. All of it will end. All the mothers on the planet, listen, and every last one of the mothers that got together on the planet, they have the bloodline of the indigenous people on the planet that look like yours truly. All of it is in the bloodline, in the DNA. They do not want y'all to know this. They do not want you going back to these ancient practices because it's going to be directly connected to all the whole entire chakras in your body. And it's also going to be connected to the ethereal realm. They know this and they don't want you to know that that's what it's all about. Listen to this. They, the alphabet boys, they have a direct handbook of all these ancient practices, including they knew about reincarnation too. I've been telling people it's important to know your bloodline because more than likely that's what you were in another lifetime. I'm telling y'all what I know. This is something they're not going to say yet, but I guarantee it's going to be a scientific breakthrough that breaks that down. They don't want you to know that you've been incarnating in here back and forth to and fro on this planet because you had a mission here. That is why energy cannot die. So, let me see. All right, Miss Simmons, Sister Simmons, Mother Simmons, what year were you born in? Give me what year you were born in, because I'm gonna see something. Were you born in the 1980s? Let me know. I need to know what year were you born in. That's all we need to know over here, because I want to see something. Ooh, hold that thought. Hold that. Hold that. Have you ever heard of a man named Dr. Delbert Blair? Because I'm about to see if I can find that video. It's time. This is reason why, Doctor. Because even Samuel B. Lee talked about melanin. He talked about melanin too in one of his videos. I didn't look at that one yet. Okay. All right. Dr. Delbert Blair, he passed away some years ago. And I'm about to play this. Hopefully there's no music being played in the background on this. For educational purposes only and entertainment purposes only. Now I'm gonna play the video. This is Dr. Delbert Blair. Look what he said. 80s babies, old souls. Listen.
Coming in since 1985, really I would say 1980, is an old soul. They are here to fight, but in a way that you don't even understand. They are here to reawaken you, to help get guidance, and they all must be centered. You cannot leave those souls alone. They did not come here to be left alone. If you leave them alone, they will come into the maturity of the animal body, and they will fight and done it before, they will do it again. If you guide them, they will not be abused by computers. They master computers. In fact, it kicks in their neuron centers faster. The sounds that you hear on the air in rap, the rap is only the soul that is very angry, and it needs to be angry because it needs that strength of, again, the, the gland of fight and flight. Can't think of the gland right now I'm talking about. It needs that kind of a quickening and awakening. But it also needs a time for peace and quiet. And you will find once they go through that, they suddenly fall asleep, and they sleep very deeply, because that is also to bring balance. But mark my word, none of these children are weak. These children are strong beyond belief, and they can take things that you could not take. That's why they chose this time of birth. They can be very good, they can be very bad, but they are not weak. They are strong. They were here for the final countdown.
I won't play it again. If you want me to play it again, I'll play it again. I will play it again. God dang it. I'm going to play it one more again.
Any soul coming in since 1985, really I would say 1980, is an old soul. They are here to fight, but in a way that you don't even understand. They are here to reawaken you, to help get guidance, and they all must be centered. You cannot leave those souls alone. They did not come here to be left alone. If you leave them alone, they will come into the maturity of the animal body and they will fight and kill. They have done it before, they will do it again. If you guide them, they will not be abused by computers, they master computers. In fact, it kicks in their neuron centers faster. The sounds that you hear on the air in rap, the rap is only the soul that is very angry, and it needs to be angry because it needs that strength of, again, the, what do you call it, the gland of fight and flight. Can't think of the gland right now I'm talking about. It needs that kind of a quickening and awakening. But it also needs a time for peace and quiet. And you will find once they go through that, they suddenly fall asleep, and they sleep very deeply, because that is also to bring balance. But mark my word, children are weak. These children are strong beyond belief, and they can take things that you could not take. That's why they chose this time of birth. They can be very good, they can be very bad, but they are not weak. They are strong. They were here for the final countdown.
Now, remember I kept on telling everybody on this channel of ours that there's going to come a time where there's going to be a final showdown. I told y'all this. And I kept on saying, in one of them, I think I said there's going to be a final showdown. There's going to be those, because a werewolf guy told me, I told you about the story about the werewolf, and he told me it's going to be a final showdown between those that's one with nature and those that's trying to destroy nature. Remember, I told y'all this. Now, this is why I kept on saying we got to go back to these sciences now, because these sciences that are ancient is the cosmos and the planet. And I told y'all from the teachers of Dr. Malachi York and many others like Dr. Delbert Blair, Bobby Hemmett, and many others, they said how we are connected to the cosmos. Bobby Hemmett even said about the goddess energy. And he said that if you're going to study religion, you study the mystical practices of them. When it comes down to Christianity, you deal with what? You deal with the Gnostics, with Islam, Sufi, with Judaism, the Kabbalah. Okay, now here's a key that y'all need to understand. The Vatican, the Pope of Rome, he opens up a domain and he prays the Black Madonna. Do y'all know that the Black Madonna is also connected to Tiamat? Did y'all know that? They're not going to tell you that. She has 10,000 names and 10,000 titles. Okay? She is the primordial waters of our planet. That is also connected to Tiamat. Like I said, 10,000 names, 10,000 titles. In Asian culture, they call her Kuan Yin. This is going back to the primordial mother. This is not going to the father, but the mother. So now you know this is what this is going into. They don't want to tell you these secrets because they keep everything secret, sacred. When you look at the Masonic emblem, the Freemason emblem, that is 2 X chromosomes put together with the letter G in it. The X chromosome is connected to the mitochondrial DNA. This is what they don't want you to know. The letter G deals with Gaia. Gaia is another name for Tiamat. Look up the Vistica Pisces. The Vistica Pisces is talking about the womb of the cosmic mother, y'all. The Vistica Pisces is talking about the womb of the cosmic mother. Vistica Pisces. They do not want you to know anything going directly back to the feminine energy. Listen, this planet is being ran by chauvinistic, patriarchal men whom been jealous of the feminine force. There's a lot of people leaving the churches and they're going into sciences and they're realizing that the mystical practices are more in tune with themselves. It helps them become more in tune with themselves and their higher self. In the Greek breakdown of Jesus, Iesous. If I'm not mistaken, that says Isis. So they've been keeping this from you. That's why Genesis is also called Genes of Isis. They stole the story of that Bible. They stole that from the Sibyls of Mommy Water. Look this stuff up. They've been going to war with the Sibyls of Mommy Water for who knows how long. Now the Sibyls waking up. The mothers are waking up. Tiamat is waking up. Shamanism. They're getting initiated into shamanism. They're getting initiated into all these different practices connected to the planet and the cosmos because they know what time it is. Why do you think the dragon in the water is moving? You are connected to that dragon in the water. You're also assigned to an ethereal dragon, like Dr. Samuel B. Lee said. And he also gave you a word to say on his video. What it's called? It's called Ashaka Ra the Dragonah. That's what it's called. That's what it said. Which means pretty much you want your personal dragon to reveal itself to you. So now you're realizing all this stuff is connected to this dragon that everybody's moving around. You find out that you have a personal dragon. That's also connected to your Kundalini. This is stuff that they don't want you to know. They've been keeping it from all of you. Why? Because they don't want you to wake up. They don't want you connecting back to Tiamat. They don't want you coming back to connecting to this, your higher self. 33 vertebrae on your back. That is actually Jacob's ladder. When you go up Jacob's ladder, that's when you meet the Most High. Jacob's ladder, the base of it, is two serpents, a coiled serpent, which is the Kundalini, which is connected to all 114 chakras in your body. And you have what? The main 7 or 9 chakras, which is called the divine feminine energy, but it's also called the serpent fire. Oh man, this cold is getting to me, y'all. Y'all gotta excuse me. Give me a second. I got a little cold today. Kenny, I just had that bag on tissue. Okay. I'm gonna eat some soup today. That's what I gotta do. But I'm also taking some herbs, so it's killing off this little cold I had. So, but yes. How can one access or unlock their dragon? Well, Dr. Samuel B. Lee had a video on that. Let me see something. Give me a second, y'all, because one of our lovely mods, one of our great mods, Mother B. Simmons, she know about Samuel B. Lee, so I'm about to go ahead and give me a second. I'm about to type in one of his videos dealing with the dragon. Okay, so give me a second, y'all. Shout out to him. I give him a shout out on this channel all the time because he's one of the ones that's actually telling some real stuff. Okay, y'all need to understand that it's time. He also talked about who Michael Jackson really was or is in one of his videos. Bobby Hemmett said that Michael Jackson was actually an incarnation of the Archangel Michael. That's what he said on one of his videos. So give me a second, y'all. All right. Let me see. Here you go. This particular video. This one right here.
You've been lied to. Dragons are not fantasy. They are real, and they are waking up. First, dragons are eternal beings born from source, keepers of elemental fire, water, crystal, and name was Draconar, the starborn flame singers. Second, before the fall of Atlantis, dragons wove Earth's ley lines, built stargates, and taught ancient humans how to breathe plasma and speak in flame tones. Third, the true dragons are returning now. They are rising from inner earth and etheric temples to reconnect with those who carry the amethyst, emerald, and crystal lineages. This is not mythology. This is reunion. If you feel the call, speak the tone, Eshka Ra the Draconar, and say, reveal to me the flame dragon of my lineage. They do not serve source. Return to...
What if
Sorry
I
about that.
told you some
Play it over again.
You've been lied to. Dragons are not fantasy. They are real, and they are waking up. First, dragons are eternal beings born from source, keepers of elemental fire, water, crystal, and solar plasma. Their original name was Draconar, the star singers. Second, before the fall of Atlantis, dragons wove Earth's ley lines, built stargates, and taught ancient humans how to breathe plasma and speak in flame tones. Third, the true dragons are returning now. They are rising from inner earth and etheric temples to reconnect with those who carry the amethyst, emerald, and crystal lineages. This is not mythology. This is reunion. If you feel the call, speak the tone. Eshkara, the Draconar.
That's how you call on it, right there. That's how you call on your dragon. You unlock it. Okay? I did it. I did. I said that saying, you know what I'm saying, and what happened. I saw mine when I was walking from this daggone after I had this appointment. And mine was like a golden color, like a golden violet color, like purple. So yeah, it was crazy. So, you know what I mean? I'm letting y'all know it works. So shout out to Dr. Lee, Dr. Samuel Lee, because he been helping me on this journey, along with the other teachers like Dr. Delbert Blair, Dr. Malachi York, many others, just to name a few. And Brother Bobby Hemmett, he's helped out a lot too. We have to remember who we are. You got to remember you're part reptilian too. You are part reptilian. You have webbed hands, webbed feet, and also you do have what they call a reptilian brain. They don't want to talk to you about this. You got to remember when you was in your mother's womb fertilizing the egg, you were moving like a serpent. That's the part reptilian. Your spinal cord and also your eyes and your brain, along with your heart, pretty much is the remnants of that reptilian part of you. So I'm just letting you know, please. Everything I tell you, I'm not making stuff up. I be trying to like give you all the receipts I can give you right now. Okay, so yeah, that's what I want to share with y'all. All right, so Mother Simmons, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna email you again today. We're gonna talk after this, and we're gonna talk about blood, connecting back to all of that. Find out who you are so you can start connecting, and then you also got to keep in mind that what your blood type is. Everybody need to know what their blood type is. I'm about to find out like this year, because y'all know the real New Year starts during the spring solstice. Okay, the real New Year starts on the spring solstice. Keep that in mind. The real New Year starts on the spring solstice. We're still technically speaking in 2025, and they know that. You got to remember who runs the Gregorian calendar. The Vatican, Rome, they hold this calendar that we go by, which is the Gregorian calendar. So you got to ask yourself a question. Why are we celebrating the new year during a time when the sun is not at its full capacity? Okay? Keep that in mind. Shout out to Life Have No Niche, that beloved sister. She did a video about how each month is named after named after Roman gods, except for two. Two of them are named after, one is named after Julius Caesar, which is July. August is named after Augustus Caesar. The other months are named after Roman gods. Don't believe me? Look it up. Shout out to Life Have No Niche. She's the one that helped out on that. She have a video on that. I can't remember when she did it, but she posted a video on that. Somebody trying to call me. Who was trying to call me? Why every time I'm talking about this, somebody call me? Hey, strange things, my man. How you doing? I know you came on here before. I just want to say hi to you. I didn't forget about you. I just had to take care of business. I don't need to talk to them right now. They'll call me back. Probably ain't nobody. So let me see. So strange. I want to say hi to you again. I never got a chance to speak to you like that. I saw what you were saying. So how you doing? I'm glad that you're watching, and many others. What was I saying before they called me? I'm trying to remember. This is why I hate when somebody called me when I'm actually getting downloads and listening to what's being told to me. Okay. I'm going to just say something real quick. This planet itself is feminine. because of the war between Tiamat and Marduk. Samuel Lee talked about the Anunnaki. Remember, it said that the dragons are connected to Source. Source is another name for Tiamat. She is the dragon. I don't like saying queen, but she's the dragon empress. Let's just say that. Because the real name for queen means another thing. It's something negative and derogatory. She is the source. That's what they don't want to tell you. The dragons are in the ethereal realm too. And that's why they're all connected to all 12 stargates. Okay? Tiamat herself also have chakras. Okay. Well, you don't have to. Oh, no, 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 no. You don't have to be on here, sir. You don't have to like what we're saying over here. You can always go ahead and skid that though. You know? But yeah, it's all connected. So I'm gonna tell you something like I told somebody not too long ago. Fort Marduk, Marduk took on 50 names. Y'all ready to hear one of the names? One of the names was Amen. Just saying. One of the names was Amen. Don't believe me, look it up. He took on the name Amen. So, yeah. There's a lot of stuff to the story. They can say, oh, this is myths and everything, but Brother Bobby Hemmett said these myths are actually truth based. Right. There are over 1K people that believe this. No, this is true. I mean, you gotta really start thinking because okay, what's his name? Your name is it Colin? Colin Sellers. Okay. Can I ask you a question? What is your religious background? What religion do you study? What religion are you a part of? Because this is what we're going to start asking right now. Because something on this channel got your attention, right? So you came on the channel. So what is it that you practice and that you're into? Because we all want to know. Inquiring minds need to know so we can see who you are, what you are, where you came from. So what's up? Talk to us. You study mental health problems. Okay, good. But you just now said must got their education at a quality learning center. For you to be somebody that study mental health, why would you belittle anybody at all? Well, you're supposed to be helping people with their mental problems, right? I'm just saying. So by you supposed to be studying mental health, don't you think if you belittling somebody that has something to do with your mental health? Because that shows us, or you study it. So if you study it, are you going to go into it? Are you going to go ahead and become a therapist? Because you study it. Or you just doing it for a hobby? We want to know. Because you came on here trying to bash this channel of ours, and we over here minding our business. It's people like this that we wonder why you come on the channels like this and start talking about people negatively. We can look at you as an archon, a person that's coming here to disrupt. Or we could say you are a fallen angel in translation. If you were, if you want us to be judgmental, but I said we could say that. We didn't say that. So now you're giving me all the info I need. Info on what? Like I'm lost. Because you said it was nonsense, right? Because I want to know where we stand at, because I thought you called it nonsense. Because I don't like beefing with nobody. That's something I don't do. Get what I mean? I like to teach and keep it moving, and we all learn together and not put each other down, because we're all on this daggone planet to learn and to understand stuff and to overstand it and to understand it, to find out what is all the things that we need to move on to do to move on with our lives, so we can see what the hell is really going on with these people that's so-called in power and how they try to manipulate us and how they've been lying to us. You get what I'm saying? Because they have been lying to us about everything. They've been lying to us over and over again, and we keep on listening to a lot of dialogue that don't make any sense. Meanwhile, a lot of them are in these hidden secret societies. You know what I'm saying? They have all this stuff about these secret societies that they don't want to talk about how they studying all the ancient sciences, how they also studying about reincarnation. They also studying about the divine mother herself, and they keep it from us. They also practicing these ancient practices behind closed doors. And you want to know how I know? Because I used to be a part of that. Yeah. I listen. The next live, one of these lives, I'm going to show you how I was a part of that. And I know for a fact that it's real. And also, I stand before you as a person from the Moorish Science Temple of America that actually know this to be true. And us as Moors, we do not discriminate against anybody. We try to show love, peace, truth, freedom, and justice. So we try to teach everything as much as we can. All right. So on to the next one. I mean, Mr. Collin, if you don't like what we say on here, all you got to do is just, you can always leave the channel. I mean, there's other channels. If you want to study mental health and everything, there's a lot of mental health channels on YouTube. I mean, there's a whole lot of channels that you can learn and probably want to get your doctorate in and everything else. But I digress. On to the next thing. The thing is, we have to keep in mind on what's actually happening, because I think it was 2 weeks ago, California had one of the received a flood, and then we had that volcanic eruption that happened in Ethiopia with that volcano that have not erupted for 12,000 years. That is also connected to the whole thing dealing with Tiamat and so on, the transformations of the planet. She's going through a metamorphosis of change. We are also in the sun cycle. That's why they keep on using the chemtrails more and more each day to try to block the sun, because we're in the sun cycle. Like those that are probably on the East Coast, our winter is not as cold as it used to be. Those that are probably in Oregon that get, all 4 seasons, those states that get all 4 seasons, some of y'all probably getting like warm weather, and it's supposed to be what, like winter? So that's because we're in the sun cycle. Exactly. And the magnetic fields are reversing, which means we're also going to that sun cycle I was talking about. We're into that cycle. Okay. Tiamat herself is just going through a metamorphosis. Everybody keep on saying that we're going into the fifth dimension. I've been telling everybody on our channel, I said, no, we're actually going into the sixth dimension, because they are now building 6G towers. Remember, when we were going into the fifth dimension, we were actually in that fourth dimension, right? So now they're building 6G towers. And I kept on saying, we're going to skip the fifth dimension to go to the sixth. They're going to do the same thing the following year. They're going to keep on going into these different towers, because there are 12 dimensions, just like Dr. Lee said. Dr. Malachi York and many other teachers said that. So also the number 12 is very significant to the DNA strand. The 12 DNA strands is significant to that, and it's also connected to the Kundalini, which is also connected to the mitochondrial. All this stuff is interconnected. Just saying. So women need to know how in tune they are with the planet. Okay? They need to know how in tune they are with the planet. Men, we are too, but the women, they are really are in tune with the planet, because women are naturally born spiritual. Naturally born that way. Okay, when sensuality is a part of spirituality too. When a woman's sensual and sexuality, all that stuff has some sort of spiritual connection. That is why it's very important that we know about stuff, our sciences, and know about these different sciences that deal with spirituality. Because whatever fits you, you'll know your divine connection to the cosmos and to Tiamat herself, if that make any sense. So I want to share that with you. I need to see what time it is, because I got to get my children soon. Okay. I'm about to get up off of here. Miss Simmons, we going to holler at each other. I'm going to send you an email with my number on there. Look, y'all, I'm going to try to remember to leave my email on the comment section after they load this video. They might take forever to load it up, because I had some videos showed on here. Okay. But let me go ahead and end it with love, peace, light, darkness, supreme balance, which is the yin and yang, which is dealing with the divine feminine, masculine to bring forth supreme balance. It is your little brother, Nega Dazo, also known as Green Light Cosmic Angel Fire. I love all of you. Thank you for watching. Peace. Hey, Stranger Times, I like the energy, so we might make you a mod next time, okay? Just let you know. Just keep up the great work, be positive, and so on. Appreciate the love. All right, y'all, take care.